announcing that it killed the leaders of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. A top diplomat in Pakistan also announced that indirect talks are taking place between Washington and Tehran as both countries put forth opposing proposals for a ceasefire. Meanwhile, the Pentagon has ordered at least 1,500 soldiers from the Army's elite 82nd Airborne Division to deploy to the Middle East. They specialize in parachuting into war zones, and some 4,500 Marines are already en route to the region. So far, the U.S. has not had any boots on the ground in Iran, only attacking with jets, bombers, and drones. Here now is Illinois Congressman Mike Quigley. Thanks so much, Congressman, for joining me this morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
The White House, as I just mentioned, sending about those 6,000 troops to the Middle East. This while President Donald Trump has indicated he has not ruled out sending troops into Iran. What are your thoughts on that deployment? And do you think it means there will be U.S. boots on the ground in Iran at some point?
Look, it's hard to tell with this president. I mean, he's alternatively threatening at any point to declare victory and exit. At the same time, they're not even ruling out a draft. So obviously, the constituents in my district are very, very concerned about this. It's pretty clear the American public does not want another protracted, costly, bloody war in the Middle East. What I've heard from my Democratic and Republican colleagues is the fact that there hasn't been a clear announcement of what the strategy is, what are the objectives, and obviously what the exit strategy is here. This is about regime change. They killed the supreme leader, who was replaced by his son, who's even more extreme. We've learned all too often in history what that means in the Middle East, in Libya, in Iraq, in Afghanistan.
Congressman, I know the president has attacked Iran along with Israel and bypassed Congress on a lot of these, well, all of these actions. You serve on the House Intelligence Committee. You already touched on this. Could we see another Iraq or Afghanistan situation? I mean, do you have any indication, speaking from intelligence purposes, how long this will last?
There's absolutely no way to tell. Obviously, wars in the Middle East can't go scripted. Presidents can't decide this is how it's going to unfold. That's been done in the past, and it simply didn't work. So the mere fact that they were engaged at this point in time, we've already spent $28 billion. That's enough money that they could have extended the health care premiums for countless Americans. In Illinois, they're now paying 80% more for their health care premiums. That all could have been helped if we had not spent $28 billion already in this war. So you'd think that because of our Article I powers, we would have been asked, we would have been informed. That's simply not the case. The real danger here is the fact that the president feels like he can start a war with troops on the ground without getting Congress's approval.
Well, that brings me to my next point. I mean, what, if anything, is Congress trying or going to do? I know that the Senate tried to pass the War Powers Act, or Senate Democrats did, but it was voted down. What could or should members of Congress be doing right now to have a voice in this Iran situation?
Yeah, you're right. And we have our voice and we have our vote. The War Powers Act did come before the House a couple weeks ago. I voted against giving the president authority to do this. Unfortunately, it was a party line vote. I'm hearing from my Republican colleagues that they will never support troops on the ground. The fact of the matter is, because this president's willing to act unilaterally, they need to step up. They need to put this bill back on the floor and say, we have to stop you. It's not just a question of getting approval from Congress. It's actually, at this point, stopping the president from his actions.
And finally, I have to ask you one last quick question for time purposes. I know that a deal was being discussed in the Senate to try to fund DHS. We've seen long TSA lines. That didn't pass. We've seen long DSA lines. Democrats say they don't like the Republican deal. They're going to propose their own. Again, I know this is happening in the Senate, but on your side, in the House, are you frustrated that TSA workers are not being paid and that this partial government shutdown is continuing? And should Democrats be doing more to compromise?
Sure. I mean, it's very frustrating. I feel terrible for the TSA workers who do important work. They don't get paid enough anyway. The fact is, we have a bill on the floor in the House. Ranking Member DeLauro has proposed it that would fund TSA, the Coast Guard, FEMA, everything but ICE until those reforms are done. It's clear the American people want reforms of ICE along the lines of what police are normally required to do. So this could happen today if Republicans would simply allow that vote. All those things could be funded with the exception of ICE. ICE has all the money they need because of the big, ugly bill in the meantime.
All right. I know, though, that the Republicans see the issue very differently. But Congressman Mike Quigley, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I really do appreciate your insight.
Thank you.